I've not uploaded any videos in a while. Don't worry, I'm not dead. We're happy. So happy. Hello, the internet.
Hello.
This is our second take because I was so zoomed in for the first one that you couldn't see anything.
It's okay because we noticed immediately.
So, I'm going to jump in really quickly. I wanted to look at some Kinbor books this year because last year I was too late to order any and I couldn't find any proper reviews online in English. And so I thought, you know, I'm just going to buy 4 of them. And
Rude.
Sorry.
Very rude.
Sorry, I'll bleep it in post.
Good.
But I was just like, I'm going to buy 4 of them and just see how they compare. This year I used the Hobonichi, mostly Hobonichi books.
Or do you use it up until about sort of April and then just forget to keep using it?
Yeah, so I'm a planner hopper because I'm chaotic and disorganised.
The words you're looking for is, I'm sorry I've not uploaded any videos in a while.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry I've not uploaded any videos in a while.
Don't worry, I'm not dead.
Don't worry, I'm not dead.
We're happy.
We're happy. So happy. Life has been stressful. Anyway, let's just crack on.
Rabindranath Tagore.
Yes.
That is the greatest name
It's
ever.
a very good name. So opening it up, you've got your yearly overview. So you've got 2025 with 24 and 26 before and after it, I guess, so that you can compare what day of the month Sunday was last year, if that's your jam. I didn't.
Are you rushing?
Yeah, because it took 4.5 minutes to get to this point in the video last time.
Okay, fine.
So you've got the yearly, people are calling them perpetual calendars.
This is months, isn't it?
It's
January,
but it's like a year overview or a quarterly overview. It's not even a thirdly overview, which is actually quite upsetting. I've seen a lot of people online calling them perpetual calendars, and that's not what a perpetual calendar is, because a perpetual calendar is a calendar that can be used infinitely over and over again. And this isn't, because this is like according to the year. I guess the only reason you'd call it a perpetual calendar is because it could be printed year on year, but you still have to change the little dates up here. Anyway, so these are not perpetual calendars. They're called perpetual calendars, but they're not perpetual calendars. But you've got 3 spreads of these with 4 months on each spread. And then you go into the monthly spreads. The monthly spreads, if we compare it to the Hobonichi weeks.
Hobonichi weeks.
The monthly spread is basically the same.
Okay.
I think these boxes might be, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tall, and these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the boxes are 1 square taller.
Whoa. And this is yellow.
And this paper is
white.
yellow, and this paper is white.
That's a tangent.
That is a tangent.
Okay.
So 12 months of monthly pages, as expected in a year journal. And then you've got this. Then you've got this page, which is quite sweet. I don't really know what you do with it, but it's a plan of a new year. So it's just like you've got like a half page spread, a half spread to make a plan, and then you've got all 12 boxes. And then you've got the weekly spreads. And if we come to a weekly spread that I haven't used. So the nice thing about these weekly spreads is that they're just bigger.
This might just be me being, journalist.
Yeah.
But they look exactly the same to me.
You're wrong. You're wrong, because these have got quotes that
Great.
take up this precious space down here, that here is used for all of Sunday, which means that each of these boxes is bigger, so you've got a bit more space. And
And this date is in the boxes and that date's below the boxes.
Okay. There's only so much variation you can have within a planner, right? But the point is...
This says 10, this says 9.
But the point is...
That's one better. It's one higher.
Yes, Michael. The point is that the Hobonichi Weeks sells for like £20 to £30, depending on where you get it from. Mm-hmm. And this sells, I think I got this one for about £6. So this is it's not a knockoff because it's not pretending to be a Hobonichi Weeks, but it is a dupe for the Hobonichi Weeks because it's doing exactly the same thing with the exact same format. Also, quite sweetly, at the back of this you've got 82. So 82 note pages at the back of the book. I've got the Hobonichi Weeks Mega.
I'm gonna get technical now. Fran.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a question, journal question.
What's the journal question?
How's the ghosting? How's the bleeding?
I haven't got there yet. I need to do pen tests. That's what I was going to do.
Do we think it's similar paper?
I think so. What I've read, this is the Tomoe River paper, which is like the unicorn of the paper world. This is not Tomoe River paper, but it is 52 GSM paper. So the paper is the same thickness, but it's just not the exact same type.
Pen to hand. Do you want to make your first note?
I might do. Should I do it live?
I don't know if this is live, if we're not streaming it as we're doing it. Test. Excellent.
So that...
And just whilst we're waiting for that to dry a little bit, was that a retractable fountain pen?
Yes, this is a retractable fountain pen.
Who are we not sponsored by today?
I don't know what brand it is.
You forgot where you got it from.
No, I got it from AliExpress because your girl's cheap.
Your girl? Your girl? You sound like you're trying to be down with the kids.
I am down with the kids.
Did you also get... We also got this with it. Was that right? This thing that unfolds.
Oh yeah, you look at that while I...
Oh, well, okay. I'll walk everyone through this. Look,
so
it unfolds.
Each of the books comes with one of these big...
Excuse me, this was my moment to shenay.
Go for it.
Look, it's got a... tempted to say cat, but there's definitely snake elements.
I think because it's the year of the snake, so it's a cat dressed up like a snake.
This is Majin Buu. There's nothing else that it could possibly be. There's a Dragon Ball Z character, and
no, but it's got the year calendar.
It's got the calendar.
That's upside down, but that's fine.
Is that upside down? Sorry. Okay, there you go. Calendar at the bottom, and then on this side, as I continue to be a bit mad throwing this about, we've got schedule, yearly calendar. Oh, so this is walking you through the book and how to use it. This is like a how-to. Well, maybe not how to use it. Not very useful for me, as I do not speak or read whatever language this is. Do you know what language it is, Fran?
I do not.
One of these languages. One of these not English languages. I'm so uneducated.
I think it might be Chinese, because my understanding is that Kinbor is a Chinese brand, but I don't know enough to actually know that to be true.
Doesn't matter. How is it?
Okay, so that's what the smudging looks like. I did one immediately and then one after 10 seconds, and then that was left for 30 seconds while Michael was talking, and it hasn't smudged at all. And in terms of the ghosting, if we look through, like, I don't know if you can see that on camera. You can see it on camera. Like, you can see the writing through the paper.
Okay.
But that isn't... that's not particularly different for the thickness.
Sure.
Certainly with this pen, it hasn't like bled through.
Yes, good.
And this is like, you know, this is a really inky. This is a fountain pen with like a liquid ink. So if the paper is too thin, it would bleed through. So like it seems to be holding its own. It does have like, I don't know if you can see, it does have like a little bit of like almost a resist where it was printed. So where the ink is smudged, it's almost lighter on the lines.
Okay.
So the ink is sitting on top of it.
I mean, I say okay. I don't really know what that means, but
I don't.
I'm just going to say okay.
I don't know what the implications of it are.
Oh, okay. Shall we go to the next book?
Like, it's not any different in terms of smudging after 1 second. So.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the paper seems fine. I'll do an in-depth review of it later, another time. That's not one that we're reviewing.
Okay.
So that was the Kinbor week size. This one. So this one's super cute. It's got a slightly different, the booklet thingy, that fell. The booklet thingy is basically the same, but it is changed for the specific book. So they're not just printing one thing and then like putting it in every single book. Each little book has its own separate little guide plan thingy. And this one is, I think, is very similar to, it's got like the opening is very similar to the week's one.
I mean, not as good a cover immediately.
It's not as good a cover.
It's lost a star.
Okay. It also comes in an A5 size. And one thing that I did immediately notice when I saw it was just look at, you're going to laugh at me for this.
Can we move this one that we're not reviewing?
Yeah. But look at the difference in how far from the edge this is printed versus how far from the edge that is printed.
No, I don't laugh at you for that. I see it.
You see it?
I see it. Yeah.
So like, that for me, that's not a deal breaker. This book, I think, was like another
So you're
6 or 12, you know, I think it was like
You're sort of
£12,
questioning the
£10.
quality of the printing there.
I'm not questioning the quality of the printing. I'm saying
You're denying its existence.
No, I'm saying that like, so this is a dupe. So that's the daily pages, and this is a dupe for the Hobonichi Techo. And I'm not saying that it's like poor quality or anything, but I'm saying that this book is much more expensive. I don't remember off the top of my head how much it is.
And you find this one to be uniform all the way.
Yeah, but the print quality, like that's what you're paying for when you're buying the more expensive book, is you're paying for like a higher level of care and attention that's put into of each book.
Okay.
So much so that the Hobonichi, actually, they all have like they're all individually stamped. They've all got like a reference number. So they like really care about the high quality of it.
Like when you get a book and it's got the...
like a limited edition run.
Like an edition number, yeah.
I suppose, I mean, immediately, I don't know, this is actually off the screen, but like, I mean, you can see on this one that the writing page goes all the way down to the bottom, which it doesn't on the Hobonichi Techo. And I know on the Cousin, which is the A5 version of the book, you've got like an A5 page, but the actual writable area on the A5 page is about the same as a B6 piece of paper. They also have these quotes down at the bottom on the Hobonichi, which they don't on the Kinbor. But also that paper, that inner paper, is shiny. And I really like it.
Shiny!
I really like it.
You've magpied straight to
I have
that.
magpied.
Is there a poem in that one?
There isn't a poem in this one.
No.
But again, so this is basically the same as that setup there. You've got the yearly overviews. This starts in December 2023 and goes all the way, I think it goes all the way until November. Does it go further than that? Yes, it does. It goes to March 2025. So this has got an extra 4 months of trackers in it, whereas this one doesn't. This one just does the 12 months of the year.
Okay.
Which I think is totally reasonable if you're buying a 12-month journal planner. And then...
Journal planner.
And then you do as well go immediately into the monthlies. The monthlies are, for all intents and purposes, identical. This actually looks like it's 1 square less than this at the bottom.
Fewer.
1 square fewer. But that's just because this takes up more space at the top.
Mm-hmm.
So the monthly spreads are identical. The
That
daily
looks clearer
pages.
to me.
They do look a bit clearer, don't they? They're less... this is a bit more user-friendly. It's a bit darker. But the daily pages, like, you do just have more writing space. And if I get out a... So I think the grid on this might be fractionally smaller.
What a liberty!
I mean, I quite like it because I quite like smaller writing grids.
Geniuses! I don't know where to land here.
I'm not comparing them like one's better. I'm just providing a comparison.
2 stars.
Because the thing is like this is super cute and I love it, and like I love the way writing in the Hobonichi makes me feel. But if I buy all of the books that make me feel really nice when I write in them, I'll be poor. because they're really expensive because they all come from abroad.
Poorer.
So
I'm going to open one.
okay, go for it.
Oh. I like the cover. It's like, is that a faux leather?
Yes, that is a pebbled faux leather in a cream yellow with a gold metallic
And
thing.
we got another snake cat.
Another snake cat.
Okay, so snake cat with a yearly overview, and then on this side, more writing that I just don't understand.
Yep. So this, again, the main thing that's changed there is the weekly spread, which this is why I brought out this book, because this book is a Jibun Techo. I bought this Jibun Techo mostly so because I ordered the Jibun Techo Days, which is the book that I use on my daily notes, and the shipping was £10, and this book I think should have been about £20, but it was free shipping over a certain amount, and so it actually ended up costing me £5 more to get this book than just to pay for the shipping. And I was curious about this book, so I got it. I immediately hated it because I found the colours too much. Like I don't like the colours. The grid is too small. There's too many lines. It's too busy. I just don't like it.
Okay.
So this book is what looks to be a dupe for the Jibun Techo. If we start again from the beginning, from the front page, you've got the yearly views, the calendar views, and then you go straight into those monthly tracker views, and on all of the other A4 books this would be at the very least, like I've seen them where they do like 6 months, I've seen them where they do like a whole year across one spread, so to have this much space on each of the trackers is quite a lot. I don't know if it's completely unuseful.
Is it just the 12 months?
It's again just the 12 months.
Extras each side?
It's again just the 12 months.
Okay.
This is very similar to, so the Jibun Techo again. The Jibun Techo's got its own bunch of stuff which is completely different from everything else anyway. This is a different size. This is a B6 Slim and this is an A5, so their sizes are very different. But I mean, it's a monthly spread. It's essentially the same as the Hobonichi setup spreads, but obviously it would be the Hobonichi cousin, which I didn't bring in here for some reason. So we can't compare it to the Hobonichi cousin, but that's fine. So those are the monthlies. You've got 12 of the months, la 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 la, as expected, as you would expect. And then again, you have your yearly overview like you did in this one, in the week's book.
Plan of a new year.
And then you go straight into your weekly spreads.
Monday.
So the weekly spreads, you can see like all the way down to the circles, are basically dupes. I think that the Jibun Techo has a light version or a biz version that has it not coloured, so it's just basic spreads like this.
So this is the Jibun Techo, and this is the Jibun Techo.
The Jibun Techo. Yes. Yes. And then that goes through for the whole year, exactly the same. The pages are quite cute because you've got like these spaces with like reminders to drink every 2 hours, and then you've got spaces specifically to like write down your food, and then you've got like these divisions at midday and then at 6 o'clock and at 6 o'clock in the morning, so you've got like 2 or 3 6-hour blocks, and then everything before 6 o'clock in the morning just has 1 line per hour rather than 2 lines per hour, which I think is reasonable because most people aren't up and active that much before 6 o'clock in the morning.
Fair. And you're not allowed to drink after 9.
Not allowed to drink after 9. That's when you have your last glass of water for the day.
Water.
And you can see that as well. They sort of estimate in a sunset. I don't think that sunset line changes throughout the year as the sun changes, but they go like a social sundown rather than factual sundown. And then at the end you also have what have you got? 64 blank pages at the end. And then in all of the books they've got these extra pages. So they've got like a schedule, a gift list, 21 days plan. I don't know why you would be planning specifically 21 days, but sure. And then they've got these spaces for like making lists. I didn't mention any of these pages in the other books because mostly I don't really care about the back pages of books.
What is this? Demon.
This says eye exercises.
See no evil.
This says eye exercises, so I
Hear no
assume
evil.
it's meant to be like things for well-being. It gives you sizes, page sizes, like breakdowns. And then I think these must be like, they look like shoe sizes.
And is this a map I can see through the page?
Yes, and then on the other page you've got a map of China.
Okay.
And then you've got a map of the world.
Probably a hint that this is Chinese that we're talking about.
Yeah, probably. So map of China, map of the world. So if you're a traveller, but again, if you don't speak the language and read and write the language, then this is kind of useless to you personally. You could use Google Lens and do an auto translate of it.
Oh yeah, I guess.
And then they've got some recipes, and then they've got some like solar terms.
Wow.
So it's it's stuff that I would be interested in like translating and learning about. But I didn't really mention it on any of the other books because this stuff here certainly
So it's in
wouldn't.
the others as well.
I think so.
So in the other Hobonichi comparisons where you've got poetry and stuff down the bottom in English.
Yeah.
This one has like a cookbook.
Yeah, but like Hobonichi do that as well.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, but they've translated it into English.
Wow.
So the Hobonichi's got like the gifts, and it's got looking back on the year. It's got 365 days to check off. I checked off for day 1. And then nothing else.
Yeah.
Words to remember, 100, list of 100 things, interview with myself. So
you can tell we've utilised a lot of this.
Well, yeah, no, I haven't. But this is
Quick, name a word.
Frog.
Frog goes on the 100 list.
Yes, it does. So it's like it's got a bunch of stuff at the back as well. I don't factor that into my decision making at all, so I haven't thought about mentioning it at all.
Right, but it does look cool unless it's that cartoon, in which case it's a demon.
Sure. But yeah, so you've got that one. So if you're looking for a dupe of the Jibun Techo in a full A5 size, then I guess that's the Kinbor is a good one for you. And then the last one that we're looking at is
also green, also gets 1 star.
Excellent. So this is a variation on this. These are basically the same, and this is why I wanted to get both of them, because I couldn't tell the difference from the photos, and on the photos you can't zoom in.
Ah, you see, this one's gold leaf, and that I believe is a earth.
That's a clock.
That's a clock, you're quite right. And this one is just sort of like yellow.
Cool.
The end.
The end.
Shiny.
It's shiny. They're all shiny at the front. Is this one shiny at the front? This one is not shiny at the front.
And shiny writing.
Shiny writing. But it's not
Shiny
the same.
poem.
So again, same setup as this one, where you've got.
Is this where we're learning that all of these are the same?
They're all very similar to each
You're
other.
usually talking about how different all of these things are to me.
Well,
and how much of a massive impact on your life it makes. And you're putting them side by side to each other and going, as you can see, they're basically the same thing. Basically the same thing.
okay, wait until you get to the weekly spreads though.
Whoa! I look forward to it.
You said you would take this seriously.
This is as serious as I take it. When have you ever known me to take anything seriously?
Fine. Anyway, so the beginnings of the books are the same for both of the A5 ones, but what's quite cool is the weekly spreads, which on this one is completely different to this one. So, for example, this one. Thanks. So this one, I think for me would be unusable. I have no intention of using this. But
Okay.
this one, I think could be usable because this is a layout that I've done before when I was bullet journaling. This is a layout that worked sort of quite well for me, and I've not actually seen it in any other of the like big name journals available. And it's essentially, in terms of surface area for writing, you've got the same surface area, but instead of it being a vertical quarter, it's like what in sewing we would call a fat quarter rather than a thin quarter. So it's a half of a half rather than a strip of a half.
It does, you know what, this does make me think that your system of having 8 days in your spreads that
8
you
days a
make
week.
is right, because look at all this space here. It's just like you can make an argument this is extra for notes or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's just wasted.
Well, no, I mean that is the 8th day. That's the fun day. So Monday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Yeah,
Sunday.
but not really though, is it? It's just like there's 7 days in a week, so this bit's the awkward bit.
Okay.
Let's put a calendar in there. Take
But
up the
if you-
space.
but if you
We
look
don't
at-
need this much of that space.
If you look at the thing that they suggest,
Cat snake.
they suggest putting like your to-do list, your weekly overview to-do list in that 8th day of the week.
Okay.
So, but I think I like as a layout, I think this is quite cute. And I think I would, this of all of them, I think this is the one that is to me the most interesting because it's the only one that I haven't seen in other brands doing something basically the same.
Okay.
I will say that in terms of the quality of them all, like if you want to try out some like thin paper structured planners, but you don't want to splash out for the whole Hobonichi suite, for the whole, to find out which book specifically works for you. I know that this book also comes in the A5 size, which is the same, but I think as like an entry, as an entry point into the like planning world, I don't think that they're bad whatsoever.
No, and if you are a big fan of Rabindranath Tagore's poetry, then this is the journal
We don't
for
actually
you.
know if he's a poet or if he's like a philosopher.
We don't even know if this poem is by him. It doesn't say.
I mean, there's a picture of him with Tagore stamped underneath it. So.
Oh wow, that's really hard to read under this light.
Yeah, it's hard to read. But anyway, this one again, I think at the back has got another, I think it's got 64 pages at the back
There's
as
a
well.
stamp there.
So it's been stamped. It hasn't been stamped with a unique number code.
No.
But it does come with a little tape measure at the back page.
That you'll love. There
That
you
I do
go.
quite like
She's
that.
sold now.
I'm sold. I'm done.
Never got enough tape measures.
So yeah, so I thought that might be of interest to people, and honestly, because I'm not up to scratch with my editing or anything, and I thought,
What? No.
I thought if we just filmed something straight through that I can just throw up online, then maybe I get back into actually doing stuff. But I've got some decisions that I still need to make for 2025. But I think that's everything. Like, that's basically what I wanted to do. I just wanted to compare some of the weekly layouts.
Well, I shall
and
be
just see-
Googling Rabindranath Tagore, and I'll present my findings.
Okay.
The next video, which I guess we'll see you in 2026.
Yeah, maybe 2027. Who knows?
Ugh.
But yeah, and so like I'll do a proper pen test on this one, and I'll take some pictures of that and upload it at the end of the video, so it's just like a still at the end of the video. It might even be up on the screen as I'm talking, because I'm just waffling on about nothing now.
Oh, look at that! It's not there.
You're not funny. But yeah, so I guess if you have any questions about them, if you have like specific questions, leave a comment and I'll do a whole other 25-minute video answering one specific question at a time. Apparently that's as organised as we get. But yeah, I hope everyone's well. We're not dead.
We are actually well. It's just it's getting around to doing these YouTube videos.
It's just getting busy, and
That's it. My time is very valuable. She's got to book me out at least 3 weeks in advance, and it's been a major issue. Scheduling, filming. I've been doing Deadpool and Wolverine. Not been in it or involved in it in any way. Just watching it, just over and over.
yeah, I really like that movie.
Yeah, it's fun.
Anyway, we'll sign off. So goodbye, everyone. Michael, put your hands in. Oh, yeah.
Shut up! Oh, sorry. I got too into it.
Okay, bye, everyone.